Hi, I'm Bane the Occultist and I love killing monsters in the blood aqueducts. Let's go for a zoom and get some loot. Zoom zoom zoomy zoomy zoom zoom, I sure do love being fast. Okay, I'm sorry, that's the best I could do. Please 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 help me.
Le Toucan has arrived. I trust him already. Mageblood, not corrupted. This looks right? There she is.
Oh. What's this? A present for me? Let's try it out.
What is up, gamers? Hello, it's been a couple days. As you can see, you clicked on the video, I got a Mageblood. Basically, my character, if you've been following along, I got up to a 60 exalts. I really wanted to see how far I could push it before making that really big jump to Mageblood, 100% global defense, body armor, Ashes of the Stars. Obviously it's like adding like 300 exalts to the price of the character, power charge rings, all of that, right? I wanted to see how far I could push it. Looked like 60 exalts or so was the ceiling. And I kind of hit a wall. I was able to do Wave 30 Simulacrum. I could do Delirious Maps with Beyond and all that type of stuff. But it didn't feel like incredible. And it definitely didn't feel like a 60 exalt build. You see 60x and you think, hey, that's a big boy. But unfortunately, especially with the price of stuff in the game these days, right? People are able to farm more currency with strategies that are more approachable. The price of stuff just goes up in general. I was at like 11 million DPS. I was relatively tanky. I got Leaf Shade here and I had decent armor, everything. I took down all of the Uber bosses except for Uber Elder. This build at that amount of investment was not particularly good for Uber Elder. Did everything else great. Just didn't feel like what you would expect a 60x build to feel like. And unfortunately, the only way to upgrade the character from there was to spend 175 or more. It's actually up to 190x today on the old Mageblood. So yeah, I said, all right, it's time. On Tuesday, I decided I would farm up my Mageblood and I had about 30x. I had 30x, I had some stuff in my stash, and I had to get 115 exalts ASAP. What did I do? I just went back to old trusty, man. You're looking at it right here. These are my girls. I went between Elva and June here, selling Ashlings, Varici, Hillick, all of that stuff in Betrayal on the Forbidden Trove. And then I also was selling Elva temples for about 120 to 150 chaos each. The nice thing is, at this point of the league, both tier 3 double gem corrupts and tier 3 regular item double corrupts are both selling for about the same. And if you can get both in the same temple, it sells for about an exalt. If you're going quickly, you can get that in about every 5 maps. And then if you can go really quickly, especially if you're doing like a Glacier strat or a Mesa strat, you can do about 2 or more of those every single hour. That can turn into 3 to 5x an hour if you're counting the other drops that you're getting, especially if you're using your Juice Sentinels. Similarly, I was selling Ashling Slams, the tier 4 Ashling in Betrayal. Definitely check out my Betrayal guide if you don't know how to do that. The other thing was a little bit of Expedition, nothing crazy. I did a little bit of Gwen in here. I did, Tujin gave me maybe about 3 to 4 exalts total. 3 days of very focused farming, got about 110 exalts or so, and I was able to buy the Mageblood at 175x. After having a Mageblood now, the title of this video is not clickbait whatsoever. I think the only way that I can play the game for myself is now as just I'm a Mageblood gamer. If you know my relationship with the Headhunter in the past, I don't like those unreliable, inconsistent feels of the game, right? Like sometimes you got Shroudwalker, sometimes you got, really, really big and you're going fast and you're killing everything. Just like, okay, well, I'm in the map, and until I kill a couple rares, like nothing happens. Like my build's actually weaker than if I had a Stygian or something. I really hated that. It's your backup belt. You just don't use it when you're fighting bosses, etc., etc. Mageblood is the literal opposite of that. It's everything that I could have wanted and more. It's so good. If you know how it works, it's really, really good. I'll go over it really quickly, but this is not news to anyone. I just want to sing its praises and say, like, the only way I can play this game now is every single league. I'm going to do the same thing that everyone else does now. I hold off from doing that because I really like to show the progression of here's a budget build. I put 10x, 20x, 30x, then here's at the high investment. I'll still be doing that for content, but for myself personally, it does the thing that I always want, and it fixes the speed issue of Path of Exile. I hate how slow this game is. I really do. You know, my true history as a gamer is I play fast games. I like playing first-person shooters that are fast. I'm a Tracer player. Play Diva, you know, for high mobility there. RTS games, I played my Protoss. I like to blink around. I like my Zealot charge. I play Akuma in Street Fighter. I like going fast. Give me that turbo. Raider is my favorite ascendancy in the game for a reason. The real speed in Path of Exile. If you ever forget the speed of a character in Path of Exile, this is how your character's supposed to walk. And then if you're lucky, you know, you get your 35% movement speed boots. These are at 28 right now. This is just the way that they expect your character to move around, go, you know, they give us a lot of tools to go quickly, right? This is the way that you're supposed to be moving your character and dodging stuff. Mageblood fixes all that just for me. Thank you, Chris Wilson. This item is now mandatory for me. 22% movement speed. Boom. That's the MTX that I have from the supporter pack. Fun fact, if you didn't know, it's the exact same as the Dying Sun, if you've never noticed. 127% movement speed, even in town. This is the way I want the game to feel. I always just want to be able to walk around this quickly, zoom, zoom, zoom. Feels good. It just, like, I like to control the game, right? Like, it even brings me back to, like, old NES days, and just, you know, Mario, you get your P-Wing and you're flying, you get the star, doot, and you just, boom, zooming, and it feels so good. And that's what I want in every single game. And Mageblood gives me that 100% of the time. So yeah, what Mageblood does, I'll just go over it really, really quickly. This is not intended to explain everything that it is. And also, I will be coming out with, you know, as I upgrade this build a little bit more, I'll be showing the big jump and everything. But I just want to talk about, damn, this item's good. Everyone knows it, but I'm finally getting on that train as well. What it does is your leftmost 4 flasks, it does divine between 2 and 4. So a corrupted dropped Mageblood does have a 1 in 3 chance of actually being the correct roll. If it's bricked, actually. It's just effectively bricked if it doesn't have that correct roll, so very sad there. Magic Utility Flask cannot be used, actually. So I can't put an additional Magic Utility Flask here. I actually can't press that button or anything. So your last flask does have to be a unique flask. That's actually a thing that I, like, flubbed a little bit as I was trying to use another Magic Utility Flask there. You can use a Life Flask or something. It's just Utility Flasks. It actually gives you really good res, strength, and dex as well. So it's just, like, really solid regardless. And then Magic Utility Flask effects are always applied and cannot be removed. So nothing can remove them either. So what you're able to do is roll your flasks. This can be annoying because it's kind of a hard chance to hit, is you roll your flasks with Enkindling Orbs, and then ideally you hit that 70% increased effect. I think it goes between 60 and 70%. So it's like, it can be really hard to hit because there's a bunch of other types of rolls that you can hit. Be prepared to spend a lot of currency on Enkindling Orbs. There's a reason why there's still a chaos with how common they drop. You want to get 70% increased effect, and then on your prefix, you don't care about reduced duration. You don't care what tier that is. You just want to hit one of the things like Dabblers or ABC Darien. If you didn't know, that's actually the correct way to pronounce that. My viewers helped me out with that one. Yeah, so I have a couple that are not at 70% effect right now, but yeah, so you do that. And then you get the prefix for increased effect. And then you can just, like, you just spam your alterations, annuls, augs, all that until you get the suffix that you want to go for here. You know, and then ideally, right, you get that T1 suffix that just makes that the god tier flask. Like, this flask is worth quite a few exalts actually because it's so perfectly rolled. And so, yeah, I went for this. You know, I have a chance to avoid being stunned. If I get tier 1, I can actually change one of my jewels, increased armor at tier 1. And yeah, it just makes my character an absolute god. You know, I'll just demonstrate this really quickly, right? You look at that movement speed, look at my resist. Oh my God, I have no resist. Oh, what will I do? Oh no, my gear sucks. How do I fix my gear? Oh, okay, that was easy. And then my armor, this is actually split between the two because the suffix is on my diamond flask. Look at my armor right here, 33,000. Not bad, actually. Without any flasks, boom, up to 67,000 armor. Because we have the increased effect on both the prefix, the implicit, and on the suffix on these on these flasks here. I get full stun avoidance, go from 37% from other places. Boom, right there, puts me up to 100% stun avoidance right there. And then what I'm able to do is I have my Dying Sun on used when charges reach full. And then I have my Watcher's Eye here that gives me flash charges when I deal critical strike while affected by precision. As soon as my Dying Sun goes off once, I'm just walking around doing critical strikes. Even when I'm fighting bosses, it'll periodically charge up and go off automatically. I don't have to press a single button ever again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My wrist, thank you so much. So yeah, for me, this is really the only way to play. My character is 50% tankier, 50% more damage, more than 50% faster. It's really changed my relationship with the game right now and this character. You know, full disclosure, I was feeling a little tired and I was like, all right, what am I going to do this league? Like, I just don't have the motivation to make too many builds this league. I'm very interested in exploring a lot of like the cool indie games that are coming out. I've been playing V Rising with my friends at night, which has been super exciting. And there's going to be V Rising content and other games on the second channel. So definitely check that out if you're interested. But yeah, this has reinvigorated my happiness for playing Path of Exile this league. And I'm only thinking about the possibilities now, how strong I can get, how fast and fun it is to actually control my character. I wish I could be this fast without a Mageblood and not being a raider, you know, without like self-chill or some shenanigans. This just feels fun to control, and I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, so this is my I love Mageblood rant or singing its praises or whatever. I'm going to have to cut out like 10 minutes of this footage. I am just sitting here gushing about this item. Everyone knows that it's really good. I've known it's really good, but finally actually having it, building around it and playing with it, it's really opened my eyes. And unfortunately, it's now set my eyes specifically only on ever having this item every single league. It's the only way I can play now, you know, for better or for worse. Anyway, I'm going to go get ready for the stream and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.